All right, as of about half an hour ago, the Golden Knights have advanced past the Ducks to face off against the Colorado Avalanche in the Western Conference Finals. These semis, good matchup. Can't complain about what happened during this series if you're a fan of hockey. I know the Ducks may have expected more out of this season, but you gotta look at what they've been through over the past 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 years. They just have been awful. It's a massive turnaround for them. Moving in the right direction. Assembled a roster that's really going to compete, or at least looks like they'll compete for, I don't know, maybe not with the Avalanche. Who knows? Maybe not. I don't know. I would say maybe not with the Stars, but Stars lose to the Wild in round 1. I don't understand that, but it's just me. But yes, story tonight: the Knights. Pavel Dorofeyev, 2 goals. Mitch Marner, a goal and an assist. Carter Hart, fantastic in net. But yeah, you got to give credit to Dorofeyev and Marner. So I was thinking Stone, that's coming up. But yeah, you got to give credit to Dorofeyev and Marner. They both look fantastic over the past couple of games. Marner, one of the better players throughout these playoffs, leading in points, I believe, maybe goals. But yeah, he's been fantastic. Probably points, because he's had a bunch of assists over the course of these playoffs. But yeah, just amazing what these Knights have done. And I gotta say, Knights fans are spoiled, winning the Stanley Cup, making the Stanley Cup Finals in year 1. Basically, the greatest inaugural season of any team of all time. Just what ownership and Kelly McCrimmon and the GM have done. I think he's been replaced. I haven't followed them as closely as I did back when I was going to Vegas every year. But one of my favorite teams. So I've been spoiled. I lived in Vegas for a year. I think I mentioned that before on air. So I've got an allegiance to the Knights. I was not there when they were in existence. I was long before that. This is a long time ago, back in the previous lifetime. But yeah, I still enjoy poker. Still love the Knights. Watched them diligently during their first season. Went on that magical run with the Misfits. I think Carlson's the only one left. Maybe Smith. Smith and Carlson, the only ones left. But yeah, that's the question. How will the Knights perform against this Avalanche? Will it be an avalanche of Colorado action, or will the Golden Knights be golden? We'll see. I'm assuming an Avalanche will take them down regardless, but one of the questions that does remain after Game 3 of this series against the Ducks, what's going to happen with Mark Stone? As we know, injury reporting in the NHL, notoriously spotty. It's not as upfront and discussive as the other sports are. But yeah, nobody knows what's up with Mark Stone. We know the injury, but we don't know anything about when he'll return. It's been speculated all over the place. We'll be back tonight. We'll be back for the start of the Western Conference Finals. Nobody knows. So we'll see what happens with Mark Stone. Obviously, a man with experience. The Knights do have some guys with experience, as I said. We have a couple guys from that initial roster who I believe have been there for that, and then some guys from the Stanley Cup run. I think Keegan Colasar was on that roster. Could be wrong, maybe it was a little bit later, but I think he was on the roster of the Stanley Cup run. I'm sure there are others, but I got a soft spot for Keegan Colasar. I remember him coming up. And, he's not flashy, but he just does the little things. He'll make the pass to the guy who makes the pass to the guy who makes the pass, or he'll dig the puck out of the corner. It's just one of my favorite players. And I know he's not a name, but I like him. And, but Stone is the big question. He's got the experience. The Knights are much better when he plays. They were under 500 during the regular season when he didn't play. Obviously, winning tonight without him. So that's impressive. On the other side, we start with the winners. On the other side, the Ducks, the ex-Mighty Ducks, the Anaheim Ducks. Got to talk about them. Where they've been over the past 5 years. This is amazing. I know they came into this playoffs. I don't know how feelings were in Anaheim, but I've heard some people say they had high expectations for them, just owing to how well they performed in the regular season. But this is success for them. They're moving in the right direction. They've got a roster assembled that will definitely make some noise, at least to get to the Western Conference Finals. They'll compete with the Golden Knights and possibly the Stars of the Western Conference Finals. I don't know. Maybe the Avalanche will regress over the next couple of years, but just the way the Avalanche are assembled, it just seems like they'll be there for a while, and they know how to do things. But you got to give credit to the ownership and front office of this Knights team since the beginning. They've always been in the mix. I think they missed the playoffs once. So yeah, fantastic run for these 8-9 years. 8 years, I believe, for the Golden Knights. I believe the first season was 2017-2018. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's right. Again, they made the Stanley Cup Finals against the Washington Capitals. I was living in Richmond at the time, but I was not rooting for the Capitals. I was rooting for the Knights, and I know I was going against type here. But yes, that's one of the questions that comes up in our discussion that we had earlier about the media. Some of these teams that are being looked to being moved to network and then streaming services are currently on channels which are, individualized to them. Generally, most of them have some kind of partnership or concurrent run with another team, like here in Richmond and the DMV area. Monumental Sports, you've got the Caps and you've got the Wizards. The Wizards are being discussed for this potential NBA streaming platform where they'll have access to them across a couple of different networks, a couple of different markets, and we'll see what happens with that. But it's a fascinating conversation. But tonight, we've wrapped up the media conversation. What do you think about the proliferation of media? Again, like I said, Netflix has a game week 1 of the NFL season. Last week, Peacock did. Last week, Peacock's was available on a free trial. I don't think Netflix will be available on a free trial. It's just the nature of where they're at in the business. So, if you don't have Netflix, you may miss a game in the first week of the season. It's going to be more throughout the season. I'm just thinking of the first week of the season. So, what do you think about that? What do you think about the Knights advancing to the Western Conference Finals? Where do you stand on these NHL playoffs? What do you see happening? Who's going to make it to the Stanley Cup Finals? Will it be Buffalo? Will it be Montreal? Will it be Carolina? And then the other side of the bracket. Now we know it'll either be Vegas or Colorado. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you tomorrow.